Welcome to Sapien Future. I'm Seth.
My name is Nathan.
We are here to talk about ecological collapse. So we're smiling right now, but this is not a funny issue. There are so many reasons we need to talk about this. Our lifestyle is not sustainable across the globe. Specifically today, we're going to mention agriculture.
Our current food supply system, none of us will be able to survive without it. I need to go to the grocery store to go pick up my food because I'm incapable of providing the food for myself. The system works by having monocultures located outside of cities where they have to remove the habitat and reduce ecological diversity.
Yes.
By having this, it removes the checks and balances in a natural system. It makes it more susceptible to threats and disease and changes in climate or other environmental factors. If one of these things were to get thrown out of sync, it would collapse without the economy that we already have put into it to keep it going. When enough of these factors raise up to a high enough level, our agricultural system will no longer be able to sustain itself and supply the necessary food for the world's population. Because we humans are dependent on this broken system, it shows that we will not be able to adapt and to properly make it through the coming ecological collapse.
So, why do we need to adapt? Mainly because there's climate tipping points that we are reaching and will reach within the next few years that will cause irreversible changes in our climate and lead to really crazy weather. Something that's most pressing to me is polar ice caps melting at an unprecedented rate. Methane stored within those ice caps, 1,400 gigatons of it.
And also in the permafrost.
Exactly. That is currently melting, indicated by increasing methane levels since the 1970s, and a lot more of it is on the verge of melting. Keep in mind that methane is a greenhouse gas that is 32 times more potent than carbon dioxide over a 20-year period. Other tipping points. We're talking terrestrial habitat loss across the world. But as an example, 17% of the Amazon has been destroyed since the 1970s. Scientists predict a tipping point between 20 and 40% deforestation of the Amazon. You have kelp forests dying at an unprecedented rate, coral dying at an unprecedented rate. All of these things work in harmony to maintain the balance of our world, and they're being thrown wildly out of balance right now. Regarding this, why do we on an individual level need to adapt? Short answer is, ecological collapse leads to agricultural collapse, leads to societal collapse. What does this look like? It looks like increasingly crazy weather patterns, droughts, floods, wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, pest infestations such as blight that take out crops. This over time increases our risks of multiple breadbasket failure, multiple areas around the world, corn or wheat or soybeans. Those agricultural systems all collapse at once, and it leads to mass starvation around the world. Let's imagine what it would be like if only 20% of the US didn't have enough food to eat and was starving.
Complete chaos. When people can't bring the food for their own families to survive, they start acting irrationally and start creating turmoil across the nation. Because when they're looking out for their own self-interest and seeking to survive and the resources are scarce, they will do anything that they can to be able to live and bring those around them also to that same level of standard of life.
That human nature, group mentality, turns into riot mentality, and society collapses.
So with all this information we're bringing up, the question might arise, are we exaggerating? We don't think so, and that's the reason why we created this YouTube channel.
We created Sapien Future to share knowledge, to build a community that is capable of adapting to this situation. Bye.
Bye, folks.